Alright, let's proceed from here, because, as I said, there's quite a lot to witness in the lands between. Technically speaking, we should be moved forward with Stormgate, but there's a lot of land that we haven't really seen. So, let's summon... Actually, no, that's not the right item. There you go, let's summon that Torrent. And let's, first things first, clear the encampment from that we haven't... Go. Like also with the dude with the trumpet.
And horse combat.
Yes. That way I could potentially try to go back to the R3 Sentinel, but I cannot guarantee that I will be able to defeat him even on horseback. The gist is that Torrent does have a sort of a mini-bar. He cannot technically die, but if it manages to get, you know, damaged too much, you cannot summon it for a bit. There's a bit of a cooldown, you know, in order to balance. So you cannot really abuse, you know, the system. Or at the very least, you need to be careful. Ow. Oh, also. There are some items that allow you to restore Torrent's health if you need be, but you know, you don't really need them. You might as well just work with what you have. There you go. You'll also notice from my health bar that I still take the damage even if I get attacked, you know, on Torrent. So it's not like a case that you can use the steel to push on the damage that you take. This. Alright, so a small correction in the meantime. I thought in the previous part that the game had started development after Sekiro, but no, it was kind of like, instead it was developed alongside Sekiro, although despite, you know, Lone Sword, Great Sword, despite some claims from, you know, from Hidetaka Miyazaki and From Software, the games do have some elements of gameplay in common, but From Software claims that they did not really fed each other in terms of, you know, creating something in particular. Which, to be fair, I don't really care in either case, but I don't know. Some people noted that some animations do have some similarities, so it's kind of neat. Okay, I already got this one. Oh, I guess I did not stop at this sets of grace. So yeah, your main meat and potato of this game is to explore the land of the lands between and find the main big dungeons and of course the more small dungeons like the caves or the... Oh, hold on, this set of swords planted in the ground is basically Miyazaki is wanting to tribute to Berserk. Visions of Night, Visions of Sacrifice, of course. Godric the Golden, humiliated, having tasted defeat by the blade of Mikola, now on his knees, begging for mercy. That's basically an in-lore type of, you know, tribute, but the shape of the sword is basically the ones from Gatsu. And yes, when it comes to actual horseback combat, what applies to Torrent also applies to, you know, the enemy's team. So you potentially can KO them before the person overrides them, so you can use that to your advantage. Let's get down to face the bats.
I like the gold trees.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it will get better in a specific area later on, Shiro. If you're a fan of this type of, colored leaves that have a lasting, kind of impact, very autumn-like, there's gonna be something just for you later.
I do like autumn. So, yes.
It's hard to notice in the extent, but this enemy in particular, for example, has golden eyes. There's a bit of a glowing effect. This is just an occasion that the enemies have, but this is just in case the enemies can drop more rules when defeated, meaning that you just can get lucky and have a bit more experience points. But again, it's something that is a bit randomized. Oh, yeah, I got it. Alright, yeah, I think I didn't mention, when you get dropped off from Torrent, you are in a state very similar to when you can get a backstab, meaning that the enemies can take advantage of that. Conversely, you can do that to the enemies if you want. Alright, let's see where I got the... Yeah, it's here. Alright, in the meantime, Dweebs, have you seen anything else recently?
And not really, although my trip to see the Odyssey's not too long away.
Right, it's about to be released. I think there was a trailer today, but I missed it.
I'm just gonna go in. I've seen a couple of trailers already.
Remind me again.
So if I see him, I see him.
Remind me again, because I think I did not ask, like, how much experience do you have with the actual poem?
From what I remember, I don't really remember a whole lot.
I guess you haven't really studied in school or something?
No, we were mainly focused on British history.
Okay. No, it was just enough.
I also got Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection. I never want to see a bull in my life ever again.
Okay, to be fair, Dweebs, there are not really that many bull-like enemies in this game, so you're kind of covered on that front. But there is technically one in Sekiro, and it's kind of one of the more bitchy kind of bosses around, so you'll need to be prepared for the future for that.
It's a bull. Yeah, of course he's going to be a bitch.
I mean, at least you have a heads up now.
Yeah, I suppose. In terms of other films, I did see one recently. I might have already mentioned it though. Oh yeah, I saw Jackass Best and Last.
How was it?
I mean, it was solid. It was entertaining, so got that at least. I mean, you go into it, you know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get bunch of guys and women do silly things to themselves for 90 minutes. And that's
usually
exactly
the kind of things that come with a "don't try this at home" warning.
Yeah.
Hell, one of the very early ones that they showed in the movie was like when Johnny Knoxville was really young. This one had a message throughout the whole attempt on screen saying, "Do not try this, you will die," pretty much. and it involved him wearing a bulletproof vest, bumped up with several magazines, and it involved him shooting himself point blank in the chest.
Why? Okay, it's Jacket, it's a redundant question.
But do not try that ever. Even if you're wearing bulletproof armor and everything.
Yeah, just don't do things like that.
Yeah, don't. In fact, don't do anything ever. Just
stay inside.
Let's see what we get from this encampment. The Armorer's Cookbook. These, as I mentioned, from the the merchant Kale are basically your recipe in order to create things using the crafting kit. So yeah, let me use this time to get some item description, like in oops, like in this case. There you go. For example, our main weapon, a katana with a long single-edged curved blade, a unique weapon wielded by the samurai from the land of reeds, that's the equivalent of Japan. The blade, with its undulating design, boasts extraordinary sharpness, and its slash attacks cause blood loss. As for there you go, the armor. The land of reeds has long been locked in a miserable civil war, during which time it has remained alienated from the cultures of its neighbors. Little wonder that the entire nation has succumbed to blood-soaked madness, or so it is said. So it is kind of a parallel to the civil war period that ended up with Nobunaga trying to unite the land again, mixed a bit with the closing of the borders post the Toyotomi Hideyoshi period. So rough times. Speaking of rough, more wolves.
I've seen rougher things. Oh, I got a ticket to the upcoming wrestling event, All In again.
Mm-hmm. When is it supposed to be?
Very end of August.
Okay then.
It'll be the third one I've been to, and probably the last one at Wembley, considering the law of diminishing returns. Well, yeah, if we ever get an event like that again, next year it'll probably be at a smaller venue like the Wembley Arena or the O2. I'm not sure, but definitely somewhere in London.
Golden runes. These are basically the item that gives you a bunch of experience points, similar to the souls from the other Souls games. Alright, I guess. Wait, I'm still locked in combat. Okay. Ah, hi doggy.
My favorite customs.
Alright, let me put it to good use the function of the map. Let me put it a custom waypointer in this place where this telescope is supposed to be, and let me go there. Yes, as you can see, Torrent also has a sprint function, so it is kind of necessary for the backtracking. Outside of instant teleportation between sites of grace, this is basically what you need in order to make the process smooth.
Oi! You there? Could you help us out, Cully?
Whom to speak that?
You? Yeah, you there? Stop pretending you can't see me.
I literally can't.
Yeah, where are you?
Maybe in the bushes, let me see.
Why won't anyone look me in the eye? I'm not that ugly, am I?
See one of the goats?
There you go.
What'd you go
Someone
and do
hiding
that
in the
for?
bushes. Hello. Who are you?
Oh, yes. I remember. Some clod turned me into a tree. You were just breaking the spell, weren't you? Thank you. The name's Bok. I was pushed out of the cave.
Bok.
Told not to come back. Not ever. Then I ended up as a tree. Lucky you came along, really. Oh, what a shame. When they threw me out of the cave, they took everything I owned. And so this is all I have to express my thanks. I hope you can forgive me.
Some
Voiced by
mushrooms.
Calvin Dean.
Or, well, if you can afford to wait for a while, I could sneak back into the cave and bring back something of actual value.
I don't
Then
know
I'd
about
be
that.
of some real use to you, I reckon. Right, but I'll need a moment. I'm I'm frightened of them. So I have to gather myself.
I probably should be,
My
going
knees
after them
start
myself.
knocking. Just
Like,
thinking about that
you're
god-awful
chill, dude.
cave on the shore.
Oops, forgetting of that. What's this item? Arterial leaves, more crafting material. Alright, here's the telescope that we saw before. So let's use it. The bird's eye telescope, as it's called. We can zoom in or out. Again, classic stuff, just to see a bit in the surrounding area. Right there, the earth tree glowing. The bull is kind of huge, as usual. Yeah,
There's too much fog.
Yeah, there's a bit of a fog in the area, but that's the place where I came from, the Tomb of Hero, so I'm actually good to go. But there's this whole lake area under there, which might be interesting. Let me get back to... Yeah. Alright, I forgot that the map also marks partially also some of the NPCs that you find. So that's actually pretty neat. Alright, Vok mentions about a cave on the coast, so it should be around this. Where I'm checking, so we should be needing to... It's a bit distant from here, so let me try instead to just move for the area. It's not like it's gonna take for a while. Some events do progress as you move forward with specific story-related events. But it's actually, not really easy to screw them up. Like, you really need to try to fail some NPC quest lines. Alright, the scarabs, as you saw, are kind of the equivalent of the crystal lizard, but instead of actually giving you item to craft, they give you skills, because in this game you can also swap potential skills for the weapons. You saw, for example, the one of the shield that allows you to parry, but some maybe swap will say as particular shield bash. That's just an example. There are some for almost every single weapon type, so the game does provide you a lot of customization for you to do. Yeah. In this case, the actual war determination. Go. We get also something from these corpses, some smithing stones. Could this be a bird, so to speak? Behold bug, that were the butterflies were. I don't really need to power up that much my stats anymore for now, but I will definitely need for the future, so I just need to, just looking around.
Ow.
Yeah, you know what?
Not only is he dead, but he can't. Well, I mean, he's at least partly buried in the wall.
It's more like he was cowering because he had no chance against me. Some enemies, as you saw, are, seems to prefer this way because of low reason. Like for example, those are kind of called nobles, even though they're basically treated as low-level zombies, kind of sorta.
He's cowering and he tries to shoot.
Actually, in the meantime, Dweebs, since you mentioned about the VA that was voicing Bok, might as well tell me, what else has he done?
I think... Calvin 18, there we go. He's from Cornwall, and he's mainly done like roles in TV shows. He's been in stuff like Casualty, the Sarah Jane Adventures, where he played the Slovene.
Huh.
Well, might have been out of costume. I don't know. He was a character named Ha Ha in the Doctor Who episode Nightmare and Silver.
Okay.
More recently, he's been in things like It's a Sin, the Channel 4 drama from Russell T Davies about the lives of gay men at the time.
Oh. Okay, that's the bodyguard of the carriage, as you can see, dealt with, but we still need to deal with the steeds. These are called the trolls, and as you can see, they're just a tad more powerful, but we're gonna try to move with our, use our mobility against them. Ow.
Oh, and yeah, some football tournaments at the moment.
Yeah. I don't really particularly care because my country is not even participating, theoretically, in it, but
Again.
I would be absolutely enjoying it if England once again keeps chanting it's coming home, but then they still lose.
Well, we're playing Mexico later.
Yeah, we'll have to, by the time we're recording, we don't know the outcome yet.
The thing about the rest of the UK is we don't care who wins. We just want England to lose.
It was a bit different this time, actually. Remember, Scotland was in it.
Yes.
They got knocked out of the
Scotland
group
come
stage
first,
again.
obviously, but again, we just want England to lose.
Yeah, well, because you know that we'll be getting you back for all the years you mocked us for not winning it by doing all the years of mocking you.
Yeah, tit for tat, I know. The only thing I really know about the World Cup is the Scottish drinking Boston Dry.
I know that apparently the Norway fans love to have a roll kind of gesture.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, I saw it too.
Because the news will not really shut up about it.
Never in my life would I have imagined Erling Haaland rowing a boat, but there we are.
That's the world we live in, with.
And it's also been mainly infamous for the length and amount of drink breaks we've been getting, whether it was hot enough to justify it or not.
I'm sure it
Oh,
means
sorry,
something.
yeah. Had a FIFA-induced cough for a second there.
Scattered throughout the overworld, as you can see, are also these small caravans. Both the ones that was carrying a treasure, which I got in the meantime. Hello there. And the rather small, just the simple caravans with the banners. Again, they serve only significance in terms of lore, but it's still nice in order to populate them. Alright, ruins. Let me check this place to see if there are some enemies here. Oh yes, I can see one there. Hey, guess what? It's an evil flower. Oh,
Gee, where have I seen those ones before?
Even in this fucking game, I have to be tormented, and it shoots fucking lasers.
I gotta say, the Delta Ring reboot looks amazing.
Yeah, it's the gritty one, the one that Toby Fox did not want it to unleash, but then corporations acquired hostily the IP. Oh,
Yeah,
toys
he was tricked. Some executive from WB Games tricked him into signing what he thought was just signing an autograph, but in reality was
A contract.
a contract where he would be paid literally like a bag of minstrels or something.
But Toby's the tricky one.
Ah, but he got out tricked this time, you see.
Clearly.
Whether that'll stand up in court, I don't know, but...
There you go. Enough with the poison mist.
See, that's what Flowey was missing. Just poison people.
Alright, let's see what...
Rather than fire slow-moving bullets at people.
Miranda Pro Powder. These flowers are called Miranda flowers, probably for the NPC who discovered them, but again, it's not too important. Lore-wise, they're just there to say basically, oh, there are some sentient flowers that can poison you. Deal with it.
For the lols, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh, hi. More of them.
Ghost horse. Hello.
Yeah, similar to the Dark Souls games, you get to see, as I saw in the previous, as I shown in the previous part, both the ghosts of the people who died, and as I'm about to, because the poison is doing its effect. Goddamn. There we go. And the ones that are more white, transparent, which are the ones that are currently playing on their own. They're just living their own adventure. Of course, as I mentioned, there is summoning in this, so don't worry about that, but we shall see if it will be available or not. Where did I lost my rose? Here. There we go. Alright, here I don't want to venture too much to the east, here I want to go south. There are also some minor skulls that just contain small golden rule fragments, which are basically give you small experience. But again, there is always something in the overworld that is worth checking out in order to justify you scouring east and west. Yeah, seeing the song of your people again.
It's nice to actually see this game properly for once, since I've said previously that I've only ever seen it played through crowd control. So, it's a mess.
Do you mean crowd control as in stuff like Twitch plays Pokemon?
Yes, kinda.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine. I can imagine a wrestling game being played through crowd control. Alright, you managed to do the finisher. No, pin him! What are you doing celebrating and taunting? You're gonna give him a chance to recover.
The whole backseating, unfortunately.
Well, what if we were controlling the special guest referee?
Also,
then backseat.
You see those smaller trees that are scattered throughout, not the bigger tree, but the small one, like the one in front of me right now. You can actually go there, again, to our moment. Each of them do contain something else that will be useful if you beat a mini-boss that is actually, guarding that. So again, the visual elements of the games do convey the sense of scope, but still reward you for actually bothering to look around.
I will say the map is just a tad too detailed for me.
Mm-hmm. I get what you mean. Let me see.
Like, because they have the landmark images and such, which are useful in theory, but because of the art style of the map, they're kind of difficult to see even with their outlines that they have.
Okay. It's worth noting that, again, as you explore, there will be icons that pop up to key locations that you even discover accidentally. So even in worst case, they should be able to, at the very least, provide the something that you might have missed.
Yeah.
Alright, there's another encampment there. No, let me get back on the main road. Oh, there's another site of grace. Let me get there. Oh, might as well try to level up a bit, since I don't want to waste the rooms. Let's see. Yeah. Alright, let me see. I think there might be an empty... Oh, great, the return of the crabs. Yeah, we're not gonna go to the lake just yet.
At least it's not spinning hedgehogs.
Oh. There seems to be some infighting.
Not my problem.
Well, Dweebs, you said that you wanted a referee mode.
Alright, everyone. Just go at it.
Just joining in.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what special guest referees do sometimes. Just join in.
Or to quote Ravana from FF14, rejoice in the glory of combat.
Now do a fast count and screw the opponent over.
These the enemies that these soldiers are fighting, I think, are called beastmen, which are basically treated as this game's goblins, kind of sort of.
I forgot to send this before, but I was recently gifted an Astola magic card.
Oh, that's neat. Ishtola, a main NPC from 14 Dweebs.
Oh yeah. I thought she said something else. I thought she said the Stola.
Yeah, that's because there's an H near the S. Right, if I recall correctly, under this, yes, there is another NPC we can talk with. Another samurai, but with a different attire. Let's talk to him.
Ah, you must be the new Tarnished. You do well to steer clear of a Gill Lake fledgling. A dragon roosts there, and it's as fierce
Oh, a dragon.
as it is majestic. So, unless you're mad, or wish to be burned alive, stay clear of the lake. Don't be a fool. Turn back before it's too late.
But it's a
Don't.
lake, there's water there.
And there's a dragon, like...
Yeah, but you don't know what's been in that water.
Yeah, that can't be buried alive by the water.
Someone might have pissed in it for all you know.
Alright, we're not gonna go to the lake just yet, like I said, because there's already like a lot to look into. So let's try to go here. Let me put the marker here. And yeah, you also have a compass on top that also points you towards where where you place your marker, if you want to. Again, I kind of like that this has been a thing kind of since the PS1 era. Such a simple tool, but that still can help you. That it's severely underrated. Hi goat, bye goat. Alright, the Everjail. Yeah, these are places that are guarded by these things. Worms, magic worms that are made of rocks, rock balls.
Huh.
These Everjails are these places in the ground with a magic seal, and if you want, you can challenge the being that it's inside one of these for, you know, a reward and extra experience. If I recall correctly, well, this particular ever jail would be important for a side quest, so it's best if we save it for later. Yeah, the Forlorn Hound. But as you can see, it's also marked on your map if you want. So let me put it instead of mark here and see if we can manage to find the coastal cave that was mentioned by Bok. Oh, in case you're wondering about falling damage, Torrent can sustain it a bit, but not that much. So the game does provide some places where there are currents of air, quote unquote, that allow you to perform, you know, jumps down in complete safety, as long as you are on Torrent, mind you. But otherwise, you know, you shouldn't try to jump, for example, from this particular cliff. No. Let me see. Maybe up ahead there is one of these. Yeah, but other than that, as you can see, there is still a bit of room. What?
As long as it's like flat ground, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. It's not even that. It's, you know, regarding the distance, similar to the previous games. Also, you do get back the You do get back the shining stones that allow you to determine how, you know, deep a place, you know, the ground is below you, basically. And as usual, if it shatters, it means that you will take lethal falling damage by jumping down. Oh, that's right, I didn't even mention about this other thing. Yeah, let's move on. This other thing. You might have noticed that my weapons do not have anymore the degradation bar that other, you know, games did have. That is because they, in a very bold maneuver, they completely removed the mechanic of durability of the weapons. Shocking, I know, because Breath of the Wild that came out just a few years before, and instead decided to keep that to its detriment. But instead, here comes this game that has absolutely no problem in you know, having the weapons not damaging and shattering, because they realized it was probably just a waste of time. So thank you to the team for that. Let me see. Yeah, no, maybe from down there. Alright, I forgot, the Torrent does have a double jump. I keep forgetting about it a bit. Let me see. Jumping ahead. Yeah, well, let's give it a try. We were near a Sites of Grace anyway. Yeah, no.
Oh. Whoops.
Oh well.
To quote the Warriors of Virtue, shit happens. Alright, let me go get back the rules, and then we'll move more conventionally down there. Let me see. Oh, okay, there is a way properly to go down there. We're supposed to. Smithing stones, I think I mentioned, are the ones that are needed in order to level up your weapons. Starting with Dark Souls 2, they stopped having you being able to level up your armor as well, which is kind of a shame. I kind of wish they kept that. Oh, hi dog. Oh, more ruins. Yeah, no, we're not going to this in just yet either. I want to try to get down. there you go. I think it's here. Oh. Alright, there it is. Let's see if I can actually nail it. Yes, there you go. Yeah, it's called the Spirit Spring Jumping. They also work in reverse, so if I get onto one of these, I can just jump onto an higher place. So these are basically so you don't get stuck. Alright, let me remove this. And let's see if we can find the cave from here. Oh, this guy. Oh yeah, I'm definitely under level for this guy. This guy also possesses gravity magic. Yeah, it's a new tool invented for this game. Again, one cool thing is that, like I said in the first part, the game comes in all kind of shapes and sizes and colors for the magic. They really went out of their way to differentiate compared to the previous Souls-like games. Alright, there you go. This was called, if I recall correctly, an Alabaster Lord. We get the Ash of War Gravitas, so that was the attack that he was using by slamming the sword in the ground and creating a gravitational pull. Cave ahead, there you go. This particular barrier serves to say that torrent cannot actually go in here. Oh, I think I should have needed a torch.
I feel like that might have been a good idea.
I get the Halig Drake talisman. Oh, actually, no, never mind. This connects me back to the entrance area. This is not the way I'm supposed to go. It was just
That
a
makes sense.
neat thing. The talismans are basically kind of like your rings from the previous Souls game, so let me see if I can equip this one because I don't really have any. Yeah, which boosts the holy damage negation, classic. The ancient dragons who rule in the prehistoric era before the Earth Tree will protect their lord as a wall of living rock, and so it is that the shape of a dragon has become symbolic of all manner of protections. And there are for pretty much any element. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, there we go. Gravitas skill. Skill originating from the Alabaster Lords who had Skin of Stone. Thrust the armament into the ground to create a gravity well. In addition to dealing damage, this attack pulls enemies in. Instead, okay, no, this one I don't need it. Okay. Ashes of War, there you go, this other one, Determination. Determination, knightly skill. Hold the flat of the armament to your face and pledge your resolve, powering up your next attack. It's a very simple power-up move, but I don't really need it.
Words I can't be normal about.
Yeah, the internet really ruined everything.
A lot of the ruined words are from video games specifically.
Okay, no, I'm supposed to instead go properly there. Hi, crab. And yeah, this basically is the same model of the crab from Dark Souls 3, pretty much recycled in its entirety, but as you can see, it's not as powerful in order to give a bit of variety in terms of, you know, because there will be variants, of course, of a crab in this case. So, you get crab eggs. I don't even know if they're actually edible.
I'm gonna be that person. The water looks nice.
Yeah, I mean, for a world like this, the water doesn't look too bad.
In case you're wondering, as per tradition, the tarnished here cannot swim.
Ah,
I guess being undead means that you're just not able to perform basic motion. I guess, again, it's already a miracle that this guy can jump. The so-called hero of the lands between everyone. And if I recall correctly, there should be, again, in this other beach area, which should have theoretically the coastal cave that I'm looking for, should also have a site of grace, so I can use that to teleport and see if Kale has actually a torch. I don't remember seeing that easy inventory. So let me get that.
also, I checked, and it seems to depend on the crab, whether the eggs are edible or not.
Oh, we can actually talk to Melina. Let's do that.
This tiny golden aura is the grace of the Erd Tree. This light once shone in the eyes of your tarnished brethren, but now it is all that guides you. Or so I hear. You can see them, can't you? The rays of grace that guide you through your burden.
So yeah, there is a plot reason for the game pointing you to a direction.
Upon the cliff in Castle Stormvale is a shard bearer, a demigod, who inherited a fragment of the shattered Elden Ring. If the rays of grace signal the castle, then the Elden Ring beckons you. As an ally by pact, I pray that you are fit to face the challenge presented by the ring. Upon the cliff, a demigod.
Okay.
If the rays, then the Elden, as an ally, pray to face.
Thank you, Marina. Good talk. Don't worry, Varre. She was nothing important. Alright, yeah, I can jump down here if I recall correctly to get to the beach. Let me see. No, that's a more sensible path. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, there's another merchant here.
What do you need? I don't want any trouble.
Sure, let me just see your wares. Noteland squirrels. Really, I don't think I really need any of that, but sure, since there's the room to spare, let me get these.
All done? Well, be on your way then.
Bye. Again, as Kale said, unfortunately the merchants need to be on their guard, so I understand. Alright, if I recall correctly, the cave should be around this somewhere. No, it's not.
Nothing hidden behind the waterfall?
Not for that one because it's big, but there are a few waterfalls with funny surprises. Yeah, you will find something, but there is no guarantee it will be, fun for you.
Of course.
I mean, fun for you too, maybe not for me. That's what I'm saying. Oh, there it is. I think I found it. Yes. Alright, let's get into our first cave. Oh, fuck, no.
Didn't go so well, huh?
Poor guy.
Oh. What are you doing here? You must leave this place at once. They'll rush in and beat you to a pulp. You'll end up just like me. Oh.
Okay. Alright, let me use this to put to the sounding pool. I don't really need it, but we can also open the sights of grace, and then use this time to go to Kale. Then we're gonna try the cave. Oh, I can also talk to Marina here, I forgot. Sorry, Bob, give me a second.
Me? I'm searching for my purpose, given to me by my mother inside the Erd Tree, long ago, for the reason that I yet live, burned and bodiless. There is something for which I must apologize. I've acted the Finger Maiden, yet can offer no guidance.
The what maiden?
I am no maiden.
He mentioned those in the previous part. We will see later why she means that.
Was long ago lost.
Keep also the phrases that she mentioned in this dialogue, the fact that she's burnt and forgotten and her mother was inside the Earth Tree. It's just weird. Teleport to Kale. That's not here. We cannot travel from this location. Let me get out then.
This
Oh.
way, Tarnished. May I have a word?
We seem to have found someone else in the meantime, since it happened by night. And who you might be.
A pleasure to meet thee, Tarnished. I am the witch Renna. I'd heard tell of a Tarnished hurtling about atop a spectral steed, and upon looking into the matter, the talk, I surmise, is of thee. Thou art possessed of the power, no? To call forth a spectral steed named Torrent.
Yes.
As I had hoped, I was entrusted this for thee, by Torrent's former master.
Oh, yeah, quite a signs of your hands, set of hands. And I get the spirit calling bell. This will be very useful. I'll explain in a second.
Calling forth spirits. Summon them with it. From ash and return to the Erd Tree, the spirits will obey thine command but briefly. As they recall battles past, now it is thine, to do with as thou wishest.
Go on, Dwebs, in the meantime.
She's voiced by Amy Fionn Edwards. She's been in a lot of TV stuff like Law and Order UK, Casualty, its 1909 spin-off, Thunderbirds Are Go as Havoc, the recent TV show, and she's been in a few video games, including the same year this came out. She played Mio in Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Cool. Oh, I think that's the one that keeps saying water that specific way. Because Xenoblade 3 does not understand how to spell the word water without, funny accents. But anyway, what she gave us is a tool that allows us to summon ashes spirits. Basically, this game understands that you may not find always people that you can summon online, so as an extra reward that you can equip preemptively, you can find spirit summon of particular NPCs potentially, or generic type of enemy that you can summon to aid in combat, not necessarily always just for extra damage, but also for bait. They do have a cost, usually part of your HP or your magic meter, but they're usually worth it just for having that extra bit. Similar to summoning an ally, however, this will make the enemy have a bit more health to compensate that, but it's usually worth the trade, especially with the later one that you can get, and you can also level up these, so this is a very good utility tool.
We don't all
Forgive my
say water
intrusion,
like that.
Tarnished. I doubt we
Depends
shall
on the
again
region.
meet.
Also,
all
Theon
the
is a Welsh
same.
name.
Learn
Yeah,
well
yeah.
the lands between. How long will it be, I wonder, before the Tarnished tire of obeisance to the two fingers?
What, the two fingers
Hi
saying
then.
applause.
Yeah, it's the British way where you to point them down to tell someone to fuck themselves. No, also, you wanna know what's funny, Shirei? Because I guess you really couldn't see. In Maxwell's video about Elden Ring, he got Shenpai to voice Rani. And strangely enough, she doesn't have her usual lisp. I don't know what kind of dark magic they perform, but she manages to actually get really into the role.
Weren't you?
That's
Oh,
cool.
Well, you're back. Care to buy something? There are others of my people who yet survive in these lands.
Oh, you might
If
have heard
the
this
mood
speech
takes you
from
and you
when we
meet
did
one,
the Hunchback of
then
Notre
offer
Dame.
them some trade, won't you? My people, wanderers all have long been spurned by the grace of gold, which is why we cannot settle, but instead are forced into this pitiful, unceasing journey. But thanks to that, things are not so different for us now, though the Elden Ring is shattered. I think this makes us kindred spirits of sorts. Your people, the Tarnished, and mine.
I really love the writing of the dialogues in this game, in case you're wondering.
Perhaps you don't need to hear this, but see that no harm comes to my kin. We have a saying, we wanderers. Lament not your solitude. Expect no sympathy, no regard, nothing. But if anyone dares harm us, show them no mercy. That is our code, so to speak. Just the way we are. Deeply unforgiving.
Let me put it this way, they have a reason to do so, to be like this. So, let me get the torch in the meantime. We will learn more about, you know, these people very soon, eventually.
Nice to do business.
Bye, Kali. But, there you go. Let me get the... back here. Like I said, I really like the dialogue, which is it gives the extra bafflement to me that people like I forgot his name, one of the writers of the Borderlands game, yes, one of those people, tried to make a kind of a joke and says that the writing for this game can be reduced to an NPC yelling Zanzibar to forgive me, in order to have pathos. And let me put it just this way, even if it was kind of a joke, you know, it's still from one of the Borderlands writer, you know, kind of pathetic if you ask me, because infamously they really don't have a lot of sense of humor, even if they try so much.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really particularly impact me for this very reason, you know.
It's like, do big words just scare them or something, or don't?
Or at least having no, because again, the average writing in the Borderlands game is not even just not funny, it's fucking obnoxious. The characters never shut up. They have the Joss Whedon kind of method of, you know, never stop talking. Like, infamously, like I said, one of the best characters in those games, which is Handsome Jack, one of the bad guys, basically the reason why he's so beloved is because he completely ignored the writing script that he had on his hand and just improvised all of his lines just with a very basic kind of, you know...
So he's actually the hero.
Funny, considering... Oh, I can summon someone already. All Night Eastvan, an NPC. Sure, why not? It's funny you say that because he's still supposed to be the villain and he's a real bastard of a villain at that, I will say that, because again, despite the writing, overall the lore of a Borderlands game is fine. No shame in admitting that for me. But the pre-sequel game, as it's called, for Borderlands, oh, there you go, does expand more about also his lore and how he became a bad guy. So... it also helps on that. Anyway, the bosses here are a pair of demi-human sheets, as they're called, with a bit of minions surrounding them. These are fairly easy if I recall correctly. There you go, one down. There you go, smash on. And we get the tailoring tool as a reward. And the sewing needle, the stuff that Bok needs. And the other Dev-Human, if you notice, kneel in cowards because I defeated their leader. Sorry, no prisoners.
But they were begging for mercy.
Yes, I understand that argument, Lips. On the other hand, free XP.
I mean, was it really that much XP?
Alright, you can also use these. At the end of each cavern, you can use these to return to the entrance point if you want. But this particular cave seems to be continuing a bit. It's not about getting another boss, so don't worry about that. But it unlocks this particular cave, well, not all of them do have this, but this particular cave connects to another area that we might find smoldering butterflies. There you go. See, now we're on that island that we saw from the distance. We managed to go underground, under the sea, to get here. And this is a relatively important island for something that we might not do, but a lot of players are tempted, you know, and for a very good reason to do. To join, if I recall correctly, in this particular ruins ahead. There's also a site of grace, so you can easily teleport here. Also, here's another interesting enemy, a spirit jellyfish. If you see them with this particular color, they're not aggressive to you, so don't worry, you can just roam around. If you actually aggro them, they will turn red and start attacking you, but they're not particularly lethal. But keep that in mind, because there will be areas where the jellyfishes are aggro to begin with. And there's also something more to that, but not immediately. This is called the Church of Dragon Communion. Basically, by periodically arriving here and performing a ritual by offering little dragon hearts that we can carve out from dragon enemies, we can get interesting power-ups, like summon temporarily a dragon that we defeated that spews out, for example, a breath or uses a claw attack. And these, in each of them, tend to be powerful. But if you notice from the red numbers, they require quite the amount of stat, particularly Faith and Arcane, which are the more magic-tailored one. So we might not really get some of these, maybe one or two for trying, but we shall see. Needless to say, for PvP purposes and for some more broken, you know, builds of the game, they are kind of a riot. But let me use this to teleport back to Bok, so I can give him the good news. Also, let me get the... with the item crafting menu, you can make various items, blah blah blah. Yeah, I didn't read this. Let's see. I have a key item. Oh, yeah, there you go, item crafting, my bad. Key items, there you go. The tailoring tools. A portable set of tailoring tools enable armor alterations at Site of Grace. We will see that in a second. But instead, the sewing needle, a large sewing needle curved like a fang. Buck the demi-human prized possession. So let's talk to him again.
Oh. What are you doing here?
Yeah. Let's give him back the sewing needle.
Wait. Is that what I think it is? You got it back for me. My sewing needle. What made you go and do a thing like that? My mum was a seamstress, and that sewing kit was all I had to remember her by. I always wanted to be just like sweet old mum. Then I suppose I can't just curl up and die, can I? Thank you. You're very kind. I always wanted to be a seamster like my mum. Then I suppose I... Thank you very... I always want...
We will be able to find him again later, so don't worry about him. But with this, we can also do a bit of alter garments. Don't expect miracles. This is basically just a bit of fashion. You can potentially, remove a cape from, from an armor set or like, some extra armament to look different. The trade-off is that you lose a bit of defense, but if you're someone who cares about the fashion souls, you might find, a bit of, room to wiggle for these kind of things. I don't particularly care about it, but again, it is nice that they put something around this, and again, it's something that adds on to the stuff that you can collect. This game just wants you to reward constantly with things at every step of the way, so that is actually nice. Alright, I think that should be it for today, so let me just return back. Yeah, I think this should be a good spot to end, might as well. So, tune in for the next part as we continue our journey through the lands between and see what else we can find in this initial area. So see ya.
See ya.